After breaking up with the group outside of Williamson, Kentucky, I found myself in the hills of West Virginia, right on the border there, and I think these are actually the Hatfield and McCoy trails that I've heard so much before. At any rate, there's a trail system that goes throughout these mountains that is unbelievable. You could probably spend a week's worth of time out here adventuring all the different areas. What's happening? I'm Will, and this is Pumbaa. Join us as we travel the Kentucky Adventure Tour. The CAT is a 900-plus mile loop around the hills and mountains of southeastern Kentucky. It's about 60% off-road Jeep trails, coal mining and forest service roads, and 40% rural, narrow, twisty paved roads through some of the most beautiful, remote, and rural areas of Kentucky. Man, I tell you what, I am thoroughly impressed with this Kentucky Adventure Tour. This landscape it's ever-changing throughout the state of Kentucky, but I'll be honest with you, I really didn't expect it to be quite like this. This landscape and terrain really reminds me of almost like a New Mexico or something out there. It's a different landscape for sure than most of the other parts of the southeast that I explore. It does weasel its way into West Virginia, but yeah, as you can see, man, this is beautiful country out here, and just what a spectacular tour, really. I'm thoroughly impressed with this. I'm not even halfway done with it yet. Yesterday I think I did around 130 miles with the group I was with. Then the day before that, I want to say we only did maybe 30 or 40. So I'd say probably 200 miles is safe to say of this tour or trail that I've put in so far, and thoroughly enjoying it. That's the current situation, man. Check out the view, huh? I will say it's a bit harder for me to control the camera and all that good stuff while I've got just one hand. Normally what I would do, instead of mounting you guys up on the windshield like that, I would maybe kind of hold the camera and look around at kind of what I'm looking at or whatever, but a little hard to do that and drive with just the one hand. The left hand is pretty sore. It's hard to move, so sorry for that. Oftentimes I get asked, can I take this type of vehicle, or can I do this trail with two-wheel drive, or various different questions like that. And one thing I'll tell you about the Kentucky Adventure Tour is that if you're worried in any way, shape, or form about pinstripes, it's not the trail for you. This is not the trail for you. Yeah, these trees are no joke. Now I could get out there with the machete and start swinging away and be here until 9 o'clock tonight, I guess. But I could also just slowly make my way through and deal with the pinstripes, you know? Obviously that's the route that I chose. Of course, both mirrors are popped out, or popped in rather. That's some pretty significant pinstriping all the way down. I mean, that's gonna happen, you know? Especially if you do this at any rate. Yeah. Oh, there's a good one on the back there. Yee. My awning looks like it's done pretty well. Filled with leaves up there. Go on the back here, see how that's done. Yeah. Well, hey, we're still good. Let me tell you, this right here is a welcome sight after 4 days with no shower, for sure. tell you, I got some roads here in West Virginia and Kentucky, man. Trails for days. After a little over 100+ miles today, in agony, really, because I've been driving with one hand, this dog bite is absolutely no joke. I've never been bitten that bad by a dog. I've had dog bites in the past, and I've had cat bites in the past, but I've never been bitten that bad by a dog. I mean, it is, I mean, you can see it, it's all swollen, puncture wounds, it's pretty gnarly. The biggest thing I got to worry about is just making sure that I keep this thing clean and dry and aired out and all those good things. So I've got some antiseptic soap that I carry with me anyway. I'll just continue to rinse it out with that. But yeah, this is camp. As you can see, Puma's already hopped in. I'm about to get everything out. I'm moving a whole lot slower than normally, just because I am one-handed, and to be completely honest with you, the pain is so bad. At one point I was a little bit nauseous, so I'm not feeling real good. So that being said, I'm not going to do a whole lot of video tonight probably, but just know that I found camp here. Yeah, it's beautiful. You got mountains, you got this river here, there's a little city up here, and I've got full service, so I can't ask for anything better than that. That's the current situation. I've run into a bit of a hassle. I can't let's see, yeah, I can't squeeze. Oof. That's gonna be tough to do with all four. Okay, that's something that I didn't expect. The good news is they've got benches here and a whole bunch of trash, but they do have benches here, so that's the good news. Other problem, I can't hold the box. The rest of the evening was spent with me trying to figure out how to do all my normal activities only one-handed, and enjoying this beautiful campsite right next to this awesome river in the mountains here. Later on that night, though, it started thunderstorming extremely bad. At one point, I got kind of nervous because the lightning striking was so close to the trees next to the truck. I almost thought that I was going to need to move it. The sound of raindrops. You know, I tell you, it does sound pretty good. Last night I was worried because trees, I mean, it sounded like shit all around me was getting struck by lightning. Close. I was worried last night about trees. We're good there. We made it through that. No trees, no problems. These are small little storms that are popping up on the radar, so hopefully once this one clears out, I can go ahead and pack up all my stuff and get the hell out of here. But right now, I'm just waiting on the rain. The camera never gives these things justice, but basically there's a big ass trench right there. As you can see though, it's filled with rocks on the bottom, so we should be good. I have to just kind of come at it at an angle right there and we'll be fine. There's a little storm moving in again, so I'm gonna go ahead and pack up everything and get going. That's my view this morning. No pretty sunrise or anything, but I did get to see a pretty sunset right over the mountains over there, so that was good. Also, I want you to notice the crane, or whatever type of bird that is, hanging out right there. That thing's been there since I pulled up yesterday, so that's pretty crazy. Sounds like we got a train or a boat coming. Definitely a train coming. It goes right around that mountain right there. Sure enough, there's a train right up there. That's pretty crazy. So I'm still dealing with one hand after a dog bite has left this one pretty much incapacitated at this point in time. It is looking a little bit better this morning, which is good. I've got a friend of mine who is a vet tech. She's been bitten numerous times by various different animals. They actually tell you to leave these things uncovered so they can ooze out and kind of clean themselves, so that was interesting, but I'm gonna leave it uncovered. I'm trying to move it, and I've been working on it, but it just keeps on. It's just so stiff and so swollen that it's tough to move. I can't hold any weight in it hardly. I was able to pick up my shoes, move them around last night, so worked it out a little bit that way. And then I was also able to pick up the camera and move it around a little bit. So I am getting a little bit better, but packing up with only one hand it's going to be a bit of a challenge. The packing, you know, unpacking with one hand was a challenge enough, so that's the current situation. All right, packed up and ready to go just in time for the rain. The first part of today was spent on these narrow, paved, winding roads throughout the mountains and throughout the farmlands. And I'm glad that we were on pavement because it rained pretty much the entire day. After these roads, it ended me up here, back in the wilderness, and as you can see, I was back on the off-road trails. This has been quite a challenging trail for sure. This whole trip is just filled with trails like this, which is really cool. So that's what I wanted to come for, you know what I mean, was this. I wanted some aggressive off-roading and pretty scenery, good camping and travel. And that's what overlanding allows for. And this Kentucky Adventure Tour, man, I'm telling you, this is absolutely delightful. One of the really cool things about going on one of these state adventure tours like this one is these cool little cities that you pass through as you wind your way around the state. This is the city of Appalachia, I believe, Kentucky. Appalachia, Virginia. And basically it's right outside of that whole little area we were just in is a coal mine. So this is right outside of that coal mine. Pretty cool, huh? This right here is the view from Black Mountain, which is the highest point in Kentucky, 4,145 feet. And if you remember, I told you earlier that the mountains here aren't necessarily as big as they are in other places, but the trails here do not disappoint. Isn't that a beautiful overlook though? Oh damn. Well, not sure what I'm supposed to do here. That sucks. Well, that's a tunnel you don't see every day, huh? Check that out. Pretty wild looking. Well, I was kind of confused on which line to pick going up this thing, and I've got myself in a little bit of a predicament, so I figured I'd show you how I'm going to get out. So maybe I'm probably just going to cross over right here, because what I don't want to happen is I don't want to slide off of that right there. If I slide off of that right there, that'll cause some significant damage. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll cross right here. I got to get out of that first. It's spinning, but I should just be able to activate the multi-terrain select and get that done. So let's go ahead and get you guys set up so you can watch it. It's so silly how uneventful these ruts look. Using my 2020 hindsight, I realize now that I should have probably just waited until the next day when it wasn't raining, and perhaps this trail would have dried up just a bit. Taking this trail and this particular pass, anytime it's remotely slick, would be challenging no matter what rig you're in. It would be challenging even dry. I would later find out that this mistake would cause me to get into a pretty sticky situation. That you're going to have to wait until next episode to see. But I appreciate you guys watching this episode. I hope that you're liking the series so far. Make sure that you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of it. And until next time, peace.